Welcome to Subramani. I'm still in Ranthambore, but the T-shirt you're seeing is, I don't know whether you can see it, it's an organization called Saathi Haath Badhana, which is which is an NGO which I support, which is based out of Pune, and they run a self-help kind of a thing where they do counseling, which is more like a listening post. People can come and talk about their problems and crib about their problems, whatever it is, and they've got volunteers who will talk to them, counsel them. Could be anything. Could be a 9th standard kid saying, I don't want to be an engineer, my parents are forcing me, to a 62-year-old Marwari mother-in-law saying my daughter-in-law does not allow me to do any work and I'm feeling pretty useless, right? Could be any of these topics. And they also do one amazing thing. They teach senior citizens, I think it is senior citizens by attitude, could be a 55-year-old also, who is afraid of technology. And that's all not on, because if your children have to talk to you, if the children have to help you, they're going to help you a lot electronically, whether it is fund transfer or any of those things. So this is their T-shirt, which is like I said, Saathi Haath Badhana. But today's topic is about succession planning. Okay, succession planning means giving up your business and or rather handing over your business to the next person who wants to run it, right? So it could be your son, daughter, or your long employee, or somebody who is buying it from you. When you're selling it to an outsider, you are a little willing to sit and say, okay, it will be cut off from a particular date, right? From the 31st of July 2027, I will no longer be running this business. You know it very clearly. However, when you are handing it over to your employee, or even worse, to your son or daughter or son-in-law, it is not so clear, and there is genuinely a problem. By the time your child wants to enter this, let's say your child is 22 and you are just 47 or maybe 48. So if you're 48 and your child is 22 and the child wants to come into the business, that is the time when the father really panics. And I'm here talking of men handing over. Women handing over, maybe it's easier. But when men want to hand over, that's the time when they feel that they will feel powerless. They have not developed any hobbies. They have no clue what to do with their life and with their time. So they don't want to hand over so easily. So they will say, no, I'm only helping strategically. I'm going there. But they just don't want to cut the umbilical cord, and they will want to do it till they're 70. They'll fool themselves into saying, no, after my 55th birthday I won't go, after my 60th birthday I won't go, then what can I do? My son is asking me for help, then I have to handle this, or something like that. Or even the children say, no, we have a lot of things for them to hand over. So the 55th birthday, 60th birthday and all come and go, but they don't hand over so easily, right? So children are willing to take over, parents are not willing to hand over. Parents are willing to hand over, children are too feel they're too young to take over, whatever be the reasons. But yes, but there are certain strategies which they can do, by which they can make the whole process simpler and little easier. The aging of the world population, not just the American population or Indian population, the world population continues to accelerate, and more small businesses have to look for somebody to hand over the business, right? So many business owners reaching retirement age are considering handing it over to their next generation, or to their employee, or to a total outsider. Any one of those possibilities are there. Data shows that small businesses either close down because their children think it's too dull and boring a business, so they don't come into it, or because the parents are not very sure how to hand it over, right? So there could be situations where the parents feel that my child is too educated for this business of mine. My business does not require so much of education. I have educated my children, so my children will not come into it. They don't even ask them whether they will come into it. So that does not happen. So a lot of people plan the transition, but not all of them are able to do it so well. The rapidly advancing retirement cliff demands that business owners implement a focused succession plan, but most are unprepared. Most think it's a simple thing, I have to just hand over, what do I have to do? But it's not so simple. When the father hands over to the son, the father still continues to interfere. It's unbelievable, but I know of a business, big business, which earns about 10 crores of net profit percent after tax every year. The father told me that once when he was coming home, his son's car was standing with the driver and the AC was on. So the father went to the driver and asked him, why is the AC on? He said, no, your son asked me to switch on the AC, he's stepping down. So the father goes and asks him, can't you start the AC after you have started the journey, right? Is it interference? I think it's interference. I just stay away. Don't do these things and irritate your children. They'll just go away. They will not want to be in your business. Don't do this on a date. And son is not young. Son is 45 years of age. Father is just 67, right? So father is interfering. So is this interference? Yes, it is interference. Father has handed over, but he's still saying, oh, you have to be conscious about money. Yes, you should have been when you were maybe 40, but when your son is 45 and he has net worth in excess of 100 crores, you got to be joking. No way our son is going to be careful about AC bills and electricity bills and petrol bills. It doesn't matter. As long as he's earning well, don't do nitpicking of these things, right? So it has to be a very clear, holistic plan, and they have to make sure that they do it very cleanly. Why is the plan so important? Because the survival of a business depends upon the handing over, which is done smoothly. Not more than 30% of family-owned businesses are able to transition so successfully, right? So it drops to 12% by the it comes to the third generation. The high rate of failure is largely many factors, but basically the business people who started the business have no hobbies and are unwilling to prepare in advance. In such circumstances, the emotions come with selling, oh, this is my life's work, I don't know how my children will handle, and things like that. And finally, some owners believe that they can handle the transition themselves and they can handle the transition very quickly and smoothly. The only time it happens quickly and smoothly is when the death of the owner, when he dies, the children take over smoothly. There is no problem. But if the father is alive and he is trying to hand over, he does not hand over so smoothly. Calling your accountant or your banker while signing the deal and not knowing the figures is not a great sign, even if you are selling to an outsider or handing over to your own son. What can be done? I have got one father to transition saying, you will take over the business. It's a private limited company. You will take over the business, and the father and mother have been appointed as directors for life with a monthly salary of 10 lakhs each, which is a pittance of the total profits, but they cannot be removed for life. The house has been sold to the company, and the house is owned by the father. And a rent agreement has been signed again for about 1 crore of rupees, which means the parents will definitely get about 1.2 crore salary each, so 2.4 plus 1 crore as rent, 3 crores, 3.5 crores, plus the father has other incomes and all. And the family business has the capacity to pay this kind of salary and rent, so that's what they are doing. So challenges, there are challenges, but challenges are not insurmountable, right? So what all should you do? First of all, time your exit. Force yourself to get out by 62 or 63, not because of anything else, because in case you have to extend, you can go to 64. Don't say I will retire at 70 because I have nothing else to do. That is exactly what is happening, and there is interference. Businesses are changing. There's very little value add a 70-year-old is going to do, except that he's getting bored at home and he wants a place to sit in the office. So therefore, he is coming to the office. So time your exit. Force yourself to exit much before you think is ideal, because when you think it is ideal at 65, you actually in your mind know ideal is 62. So stop fooling yourself. Identify the right successor or buyer. Even if let's say there are two partners and both have sons and both sons want to come into it, identify the right guy as a CEO. Don't say both will be CEO, one will look after production, one will look after sales. It doesn't matter. The next generation cannot get along. There will be a fight, there will be a division. So make sure that you write down a lot of these things and write it down very well, right? You also want to understand the succession plan in advance is a key part of building your own long-term wealth, because you have to get money out of that business for a long period of time. Manage the culture of the business and family members. You don't want members from your family being very arrogant towards the employees, towards the suppliers, etc., and ruin the whole business, right? Regular financial planning is essential, as circumstances can change and will change. So make sure that you have your business financial plan and your personal financial plan. Don't mix the two, and make sure that your children understand and know what you are doing, right? It also includes considering the impact cost of increased costs or changes in family dynamics in the overall financial plan, right? Trusted partner can be difference. Partnership can be the difference between a succession and a failed succession. So get in some good advisors, maybe your lawyer, maybe your chartered accountant, maybe a completely outside investor who will help you in your succession planning, to whom both father and son or mother and son will both listen. Then go about it. It is not simple. Don't think you can do it alone. You may end up making a mess of it, and then both of you will have a lot of regrets. Thank you.